Hey guys, what is up? MAOKAI here, bringing you some more educational coaching content. If this is your first time on the channel and you don't know who I am, my name is MAOKAI. I am a multi-season high elo support main. I play all kinds of supports, lots and lots of competitive experience in terms of tournaments, Twitch rivals. I've also been high elo and solo queue for many, many seasons. So today we are going to be coaching a Maokai player by the name of WeFlix. I don't, is that name like a Maokai reference? Like, we flick the saplings or what? But anyways, in my coaching sessions, I always like to talk about what you guys are doing right and what you guys are doing wrong, of course. So what you're doing right, love to see it. You're not this Ivern. You're out here on the map. You're getting vision. Love to see it. Love to see it. One of the nice things about Maokai is that you can actually get a ton of vision level 1 by starting sapling and throwing it over here. But I do want to talk to you a little bit about your runes and itemization, because it kind of seems, WeFlix, that like you don't really, you have a little bit of a misunderstanding of what Maokai support is actually supposed to be. So Maokai support is supposed to be built full AP, and then he also just happens to be super, super tanky because he gets a lot of survivability just through his base stats and through his passive, which is constantly giving him back health. But so I noticed in your runes that you are going Aftershock. That's fine. Right now, I'm actually preferring to go the Comet build, which is just full AP and Comet, and you just really, really double down on the fact that, like, there's no counterplay for your saplings. One thing I do want to point out, like I said, it's fine that you're going the Aftershock build. You are going to have a little bit more survivability. One thing I do want to point out, though, is that you don't want to go the AD support item. So I don't know if this is a mistake or if this is like a preference thing. I would absolutely consider switching this out for either Relic Shield or Spell Thieves. I am personally preferring Spell Thieves right now, just because a little more damage, a little more AP, a little more mana regen for your saplings, but definitely don't go the AD damage or the AD item. So what you want to do is throw a sapling over here, and that lets you see if they're invading or stacking for an invade. Might even let you get a couple, couple gold off. Get like 60 gold from your saplings. Okay, so we're going for this ward. This is good. Again, we could just be sapling this, but going for the ward is fine too. Now, okay, this is a really hard ward to hit. I'd actually be impressed if you landed this. Okay, so the trick to landing this ward is you can zoom in and put the ward right on the snail, and it'll put it in the bush every single time. So that way you won't be wasting it. Okay, yeah. And see, like, it actually would have revealed them, so you would have had a better idea of, like, if they're coming to lane late, or if they're, if they're stacking and stuff like that. So more vision, more knowledge is always good, but that's how you put that ward down. But again, you should definitely be stacking or starting sapling level 1, man. Okay, love to see this too. So you used your ward. It didn't actually see anybody. It didn't go in the bush, but we did go back and we swapped for Oracle Lens, so you can keep a lane bush control in lane. That's really, really good. Love to see that. So it looks like you know what you're doing. It's just the actual execution, Needs a little work. But, okay, so you are starting Q level 1. Bro, you're against double ranged. I promise you, this is, you're not even going to be able to use your Q level 1. So that's another massive, massive mistake. So far, it looks like we've just got a little bit of a misunderstanding as to how you're supposed to play Maokai support, what he's, like, good at, what he's useful for. Like, imagine if you had started sapling and thrown it right here behind the minion wave, and they have to walk through it. They just have to walk through it. And I promise you, bro, you throw that sapling there, they're gonna eat that free damage, and if you go Spell Thieves, they're gonna be like, they're gonna be like 3/4 health, level 1. It's so good. But yeah, unless they like literally just walk up and give you a kiss, level 1, like I'm very confident your Q is going to be completely worthless. Yeah, see, like this Ashe is pushing you off because you're a melee champion with no ranged abilities. Really, really unfortunate that we started Q, because this is actually a lane that we could be absolutely devastating them in. So for sure, just start E in pretty much every single matchup from now on. Okay, so now you have QW. You can absolutely punish this. Very nice. So, I mean, this is kind of like making the best of a bad situation. You shouldn't be in this scenario, but it's good that you knew that, like, you can definitely kill her and that she can't be, like, just auto-attacking you behind your minion wave now that you have QW. Normally, when you start the E, you're looking for this play on level 3. Like, you're going to use your saplings level 1 to get them low enough, and then you're just going to flash QE them, or QW them, and it'll be a kill pretty much every single time. Also, if you're going for an all-in like this, make sure you just drop the Ignite ASAP. Because if Caitlyn... Well, she doesn't have heal this game, but, like, everybody has, like, built-in healing regen, and the Grievous Wounds from Ignite cuts down on that. And it's, you're fighting for first blood here, so it's going to come down to a matter of like seconds. So if you know you're going for the all-in, just drop the Ignite sooner than later. Ignite is unique in that the sooner you use it, it's always better. Like if you know for a fact it's going to be an all-in, or you think that you have like a 50-50 for kill potential, just always use it early. Just turn your brain off, Ignite ASAP. What that does is it puts it on a lower cooldown. You'll have it back up sooner. It makes it so that they don't get regen or healing. It's greatly reduced, and you might have actually gotten first blood there, which is, of course, a little bit of extra gold. All right. So now we actually have an ability to flash QW this person. Like, we know Jinx is obviously going to get back the lane to our turret faster than Ashes, right? Like, let's look where Ashes is way back here. Jinx is over here. So you have like if you understand like the length of the lane, you understand that you have a small window to actually just like flash onto this Caitlyn here when your ADC's here. A lot of ADCs will greed for either the plate or to like get every single last minion, and you're gonna have like a small window right here where you could just like flash QW her. Like, look how close she is. This is 100% just flash Wable. So be looking out for that. Be looking out for those windows when you have both people here and their support or their ADC is gone. Because those windows come like a lot more frequently than people think. Like, for instance, like when a support goes to ward in the river, you can just flash onto the ADC, right? Because like they're too far to respawn. Same thing happens when the waves crash. Okay, so once again, we're going to be looking for the flash QW here. We've got our jungle. I'm pretty sure both jungles are boss side. But, like, look how close to our turret we are, and look how close to their turret they are. This is 100% in our favor, right? And we have a tank with hard engage. We know this Ashe doesn't have flash. So, like, right here, you want to be starting the play so that Ivern has a play to actually come down to. You don't actually have to wait until your jungler is literally there starting the play for you. You can start the play now, and they can't just ignore you, right? They can't just like, oh, Maokai just flashed onto me. Let me just walk away. They have to fight back, right? So right here, easy flash W. I feel like you're playing like way too scared for this. Big thing that I see that people ruin their own ganks with is that they just don't start the play. Like, Ivern is probably he's walking over vision here. So, but we know he's like in the area, right? So right here, before the vision spots him, we can just go on him. Got to be way more willing to pull the trigger as Maokai. Because that's the beautiful thing about this champion, is that he is a hard engage. You know, the most valuable thing about Maokai is this right here, is this saplings. But the beautiful thing is that he is a hard engage with absolutely no counterplay, and you can't mess it up. Like, there's no chance to misplay it. It's not like Leona E flashing, or, you know, flash Eing, or missing her R or whatever. You flash W, and it lands every single time. Okay, so once again, she's harassing us. We have our jungler here, and now we know they have no vision. Now it's just a W angle, right? We don't even need to flash now. I mean, look, she's giving you a kiss, bro. Like, just W her. Okay, or flash W her. That, once again, that's just it's good that you're pulling the trigger on this. I wanted to see you pull the trigger on this way back here, and now that she's literally like, be thinking, do I actually have to flash there, right? Always be thinking, because your flash is pretty valuable on a champion like Maokai, which is another thing that I wanted to talk to you about your runes. You need to be bringing Cosmic Insight on Maokai. That gives you Summoner Spell cooldown, or Summoner Spell ability haste. So on a champion like Maokai, who is so dependent on his flash, one, you need to be a little bit smarter with your flash. Be thinking about, like, should I actually be using it here? Do I actually need it? Can I just W her? But also, definitely be bringing Cosmic Insight over Time Warp Tonic. Time Warp Tonic means basically nothing for you. All right, so I think our inclusion in the play is pretty much over. I do like that you're sticking around for presence. Like I saw that you started your back in this bush. You know, your involvement in the play is pretty much over. So backing here is, you know, what most people do. I like that you stopped your back to have presence to make sure that the play is actually over and that you're not needed. So that's good. Staying right here, you know, in this area, just in case you're needed. Like, what if Nasus comes out of this bush, right? Then you have an easy 3v3 that you win. Walking up into this bush is a little troll because you start your back here, which is obviously going to get canceled. And then this is the worst mistake that you make. Once it does get canceled, you start your back in the same spot. So this is just wasting time and like delaying your reset. And honestly, worst case scenario, like what if like Caitlyn EQs you there? You just die. So I'm seeing some good and some bad here. The idea of staying until the play is absolutely finished is really, really good. I honestly, that is one of the biggest mistakes that I see low elo supports make, is that they just like, if they get low like this, they just leave. They just leave. And then the play continues going on with them, even though if they know their limits and they're staying outside of, like, for instance, Ashe and Caitlyn range, they can still contribute pretty heavily to the play. So good and bad. All right, we got to reset off. Let's see what we're building. We got boots. Okay, it's not bad. Again, you want to be building full AP, bro. So Imperial Mandate and Demonic Embrace into Zhonya's is like a god tier build. I'm telling you, it's going to blow your mind when you see how much damage you deal with this champion. You can continue taking Aftershock. Aftershock, in my opinion, is kind of just like training wheels for this champion. It does give you that little extra reliability in terms of like you go in and you don't get actually blown up. But once you get better at this champion, WeFlix, I promise you, you're not even going to need Aftershock. You should just be able to get away with going Comet in a lot of matchups. Okay, got some good Vision River. Again, use our saplings, bro. Use our saplings. Throw a sapling here. Throw a sapling here. Your job as the support is to make the enemy jungler's life harder. And trust me, you will make it much harder by throwing saplings. Okay. So you could be throwing saplings here. You could be throwing saplings here. Definitely should have thrown one there. The deeper vision that you can get, the better. And just think about saplings, if nothing else, bro. Like I see that you've got a like pretty decent grasp on like warding, and you had a good roam ward, got some river vision there. You know how to ward. Just think about saplings as free wards that deal damage. I mean that's what they are, seriously. All right, so this is the one bad part about saplings, is that if you throw them in a bush too close to the minion wave, all you're going to do is shove the minion wave away from you. What you should actually be doing is throwing the sapling over here, because that will force Ashe towards you, or this way, or this way. It basically, you have a free way to like direct their movement, their inputs. But that will come with practice. Understanding like the range and like how far they will leave. I like throwing them all the way against the wall with this bush, because usually the minion wave will not come close enough. If they're like literally right here, then the minion wave won't proc the aggro from the sapling, and then it only goes off if a champion tries to go into that bush, like the jungler or one of these ADCs. Okay, so once again, see, like, look, when you're throwing it this close to the wave, it's just gonna hit the minion. But you know they're trying to attack this. So if you throw the minion, or if you throw the sapling behind the minion wave, they have no choice but to back up or to tank the damage. And unfortunately, we built the AD item and cloth armor, so it's not going to be that much damage. But just understand, like, throwing the sapling behind the minion wave. You know, when the wave's here, throw it here. Same thing I talked about level 1. If you let the minion wave crash and all the minions are fighting each other, throw the minion wave, or throw the sapling right here. And then when they're coming here into lane, they just have to eat that damage. It's free damage, bro. But you're letting way too many of your saplings go to waste by just hitting the minion wave. This is a advanced sapling guide now, guys. All right, so let's see what happened here. We got Ivern coming for a gank. Taking a bit of damage here. So, yeah, without our flash, this is kind of hard. So you need to be playing this a little bit slower. We basically just like lost 95% of our health bar. The best way to contribute to this is since we don't have our flash, this is a scenario where we need to let the jungler start the play, right? So the best way we can do that is let this minion wave crash and then get one of those deep saplings. Walk up, throw a sapling behind them, because in addition to doing a lot of free damage, it's going to slow them and make it easier for Ivern to see, like this. This is great. This is great. If we didn't lose 95% of our health bar doing it, this is a really good sapling, right? Makes it basically a sure thing that Ivern lands that root. Very nice. Good job. All right. Now, your involvement in this play is over, right? So you don't actually need to be here. What you need to be doing is either resetting, helping them shove this wave, or getting vision here. So you need to be thinking about the play after the play, right? You're like, you're doing nothing here, right? Jinx can shove this wave completely on her own. So why are you still holding her hand? You should be setting up either vision for dragon, like throw a sapling here, throw a ward here, throw a sapling here. Because the play after the play, you've already won this play. Your involvement in it is over. So as support, you need to be playing that kind of in-between role where you are helping transition your team into the next play. And it's already pretty good. You have some decent river vision, right? So the play after the next play is do this dragon, right? Like imagine if you guys killed these guys and immediately shoved the wave in with the dragon, instead of like meandering around. And I know that like you're probably kind of anxious to start the dragon as Maokai support, but if you ping it, if you ping the dragon, like nobody's pinging right now, right? Nobody's communicating, so nobody's making a call. You need to be understanding. You as the support needs to know. You need to know that the play after this play is to do the dragon. And it looks like we finally do the dragon, but it took way too long. And it kind of just like you waited for someone else to make the call for you. Okay, so once again, better usage of your sapling. You have an Ivern, and your saplings are like 10 times deadlier. They do more damage because they explode if they come out of a bush. So the best option would be to use your sapling to intercept the possible enemy jungler by throwing a sapling here and here. The second best option would be to throw the sapling in the bush, so you at least get the bush bonus damage. The worst possible option would be to not throw a sapling or to throw it here. So just understand that you can be utilizing your saplings much better. Wild. All right, so now we have our ultimate. Massive team fight ulti. Want to see some good usage out of it. Okay, so basically the two uses for your Maokai ultimate should be to zone a enemy from coming into an area, or to use it for like basically absolute guaranteed lockdowns, right? Like let's pretend Zed's on the enemy team, right? If you use your ultimate right here, he's going to walk in the opposite direction, right? It's never going to land. So you either need to already have that locked down by either your W and Q or another enemy, or, you know, have them being flanked from another direction. They don't have a choice. But a better usage is like in the river. Like, let's say your team has control of the dragon, right? You have a control ward here, and the enemy team is all 5 here. So you're all 5 here. They're all 5 here. The team fight's starting to break out. They're walking up. They're maybe getting a little bit of poke in. Throw the ultimate, and then like assume that it's not going to hit them for the next 5 seconds. Unless they're literally right on top of you, it is an incredible zoning tool to get them to either walk through it and eat that CC, or walk the other direction. But I see a lot of low elo Maokais using it from a mile away, just assuming because it does go super far, that it will go super far and hit that person. So those are the two uses for it. Okay, so I'm seeing some good deep vision. This is good. And we're pinging an objective. Let's go, baby. We're supporting. So this is actually massive. What you should actually be doing, we see the enemy Gnosis is coming up because you have incredible vision control here. Great job, great job. Sapling this bush, bro. You know he's going to walk through it. Okay, so you're trying to do the objective. Maokai, if you get to an objective like 1 minute before the actual objective like happens, like the fight or the objective, he's the best support ever at setting up. You have so much zone control with your sapling, but you're not even using them. Bro, imagine if he just walked through a bush sapling there. One, imagine if you were building full AP like you should be. And two, imagine if he just walked through a bush sapling, he would be half health. But instead, our jungler's dead, and we lose this fight. Yeah, literally that was just... If you just sapling the bush, that entire thing was different. Just use them on cooldown, bro. Just throw them into the bush on cooldown. Careful here. He could definitely turn on this. Okay, okay, you're frontlining though. I like this. I like this, bro. See, like, you actually are comfortable with this champion. You're just not using him to his actual potential. Alright, once again, really, really weird build. Boots' swiftness, I guess you are roaming a lot, but like going full tank, I think you're building like Deadman's or something. Definitely, one you should be... You should be rushing a mythic. Are you rushing a mythic? Oh, rip. So, I mean, that was just a mechanical misplay. But yeah, definitely don't rush whatever you're rushing. Go CDR boots or Sork boots. Don't like the Swifties. Don't like the AD item. So we're gonna be changing everything about your Maokai from top to bottom. This champion is actually really, really broken right now. So I'm glad that you submitted a Maokai game for coaching, because people need to see how broken this champion could be. Okay, so here's something kind of neat. Maokai can actually drop turret aggro using his W. So you can walk up to her. Here's something pretty cool you can do. You can walk up to her and Q auto her, tank a bunch of minions, and then W. And then if Jinx is hitting him during your W, you will drop aggro because you become untargetable, and Jinx will take the aggro. It's pretty neat. It's not always applicable because, like, right there, you had to use your W to, like, close the distance. All right, we should just be running from this. And then once again, like, they're chasing you, so just make their lives harder by, like, throwing a sapling in this bush, right? You know he's probably going to want to come back and, like, clear that ward or chase you. And both of those things are harder if you use a sapling. Okay, so it's probably just going to be nothing. Like, unless they walk up into your W, that's why, like, having your flash is so important on this champion, which is why we should be going Cosmic Insight. Unless they just, like, literally walk up to you. It's probably not going to be a play here. Okay. So throw a sapling here. Throw a sapling. Throw a sapling when there's no minion wave. That should just be a rule of thumb. If there's no minion wave and you know the sapling's going to land, just throw it. No minion wave, sapling. No minion wave, sapling. No minion wave, sapling. Get that rooted into your brain, okay? Because we are missing a lot of windows to just get free, unavoidable damage. There you go. Sapling. Yes, they're trying to clear your vision. Look! Their lives are harder now. Good job. Do that more. Very nice. Okay. Pretty nice. Okay. I mean, we probably die here. Yeah, we die here. It's fine, though. Oh, Iron got executed. Unlucky. I mean, yeah, that whole fiesta is like... You got to remember that, like, this whole fiesta should be about the dragon. Right? And as soon as we get control of the dragon, maybe we just, like, go back to the dragon. Like, this is really, really risky, and I understand that this wasn't your call. This was Zed's call. But we probably... Maokai is not a champion that's super good at going out of his way to make plays, right? He's super good at making, like, controlling areas and making them walk through sapling bushes and making them walk through your big ol' ultimate, right? He's not the best at, like, diving at, like, an assassin, right? So... this isn't entirely your fault, but just understand that, like, every team fight, every little skirmish should be an extension of you guys trying to get an objective. And the objective was actually at several points there secured. So, you know, just play to the objective. Set up your home base, right? Throw some saplings here, sapling here, and boom, they can't contest the objective. All right, we're getting this shoved. We probably just take this full dragon. See, Nas is coming down. That would have been a great opportunity to walk over here and throw a sapling here. Okay, we eat an arrow, but it means nothing. Oh. Imagine what wouldn't have happened here if you had thrown the sapling. Dude, use your saplings as like an early warning detection system, right? Like I said, they're just free wards that also deal damage. So this whole thing could have been avoided if we knew that Nasus was coming by walking up here. Throwing the sapling. Would have slowed him down. Probably would have made him turn around, honestly. And most importantly, it would have let you know that he was coming. Okay. Sapling this bush, of course. Sapling that bush. Sapling something, bro. What do we... Okay, there we go. So once again, we're throwing them outside of the bush. You should pretty much... bro, especially because you have an Ocean Drake map, you have a ton of bushes. This is, like, so ideal for you. Because your saplings are just so much better from the bush. Okay, what's the play here? Our play is stealing the red. This is so risky. This is never going to work. Okay, it works because of slow elo, but that was a really, really weird play. Unless you guys have, like, a smite or, like, double pri... I mean, like, look at your, like, waves. Like, your Jinx is stuck under your turret and nobody's catching bot wave. This seems really, really bad. This is one of those things where it's like, it worked, but definitely don't learn the wrong lessons from this. Like, don't think that this was a good play. You should really only be, like, invading like that if you have prio. And you guys know what I mean by prio, right? Like our mid wave was shoved in all the way to our turret. Our bot wave was shoved in all the way to our turret, which means that they have vision of all this, and the impetus is on us to catch those waves. Like, you always have to be catching your waves. So unless, like, your wave is, like, shoved in all the way up here and your wave is shoved in all the way up here, then you can start making plays into their jungle, getting vision, looking for those, you know, aggressive invades and stuff like that. But that was just, I have no idea why that worked, honestly. Okay, so we rushed Deadman's. Again, this isn't a terrible build. Like, it is, like, a decent tanky Maokai build, but I'm not building Maokai tank right now. I think the only... like, reason you should be building, like, Maokai full tank is if you're playing him top lane, and nobody plays him top lane. Like, the items to build full AP Maokai are just so freaking cheap right now. Like, they are just so economically efficient that you really shouldn't even be building tank. Like, Imperial Mandate's such a cheap item. Okay, so this is starting to trigger me. Always just throw them in the bush. Just throw them in the bush, brother. All right, and once again, the dragon's coming up, and we're not setting up. We're not doing the one job that we have. This champion is so good. Like, imagine if Nasus was walking through a sapling here, or he knew there's a sapling in the bush, and he's too afraid to walk through that passage. Then you've just essentially zoned off an entire entrance using one sapling, bro. Use your saplings. Throw them right here. Again, Maokai, much better champion at making them come to him rather than going out and forcing the play. If you had just sapped here, sapped here, sapped here, they can't enter. But instead, we played as if we're playing, you know, Leona, and we dove them instead of letting them come to us. All right, so this is kind of just becoming like a little bit of a fiesta. This portion of the game like becomes like a little bit harder to coach. But I think we're starting to see some fundamental patterns that are wrong with your play, right? I think we've literally just got like a fundamental misunderstanding as to how this champion's supposed to operate. Oh, he was silent so we couldn't queue. Nice, nice. Good lockdown, though. I mean, honestly, you guys could be 100% setting up a Baron right here. You have control wards, which I have noticed that you're buying a good amount of control wards. Good job. Pretty much buying 2 on every back. But yeah, like you should just ping Baron here. 100% just ping Baron. Start spamming saplings. We're getting some good wards. We're going a little deep for this ward. That's another nice thing about the sapling. I know I've said that word like 50 times this coaching session, but another nice thing about the sapling is that you can throw a sapling in here and then see if anyone's in there before you go and ward it. Like, you don't actually have to be face checking this. You can have your saplings face check for you. Really like this deep vision. It was just a little risky because, like, worst case scenario, like 2 people could have been right here and killed you. So, you know, be using your sapling to help you ward. But I do like the fact that you're getting those deep wards. You guys had an advantage. You killed the Garen, and you know, worst comes to worst, you probably win the 4v5. So I like the deep vision. It was a little risky. Be a you know, a little smarter about it, but conceptually it's good. Okay, so another nice thing. Oh, let me talk to you a little bit about like trick shots on Maokai, because there's a lot of things that Maokai can get vision of that any other support can't. Like, for instance, you can throw a sapling from here to this bush. No other support could ward this without walking up to it, and then, you know, you got to worry about like who's in the bush, right? You might get cheesed. But Maokai could just sapling it, and boom, you instantly know if anyone's in here. You can also do the same with this one. Trying to think of others. I know there's a bunch of them. Like, you can sapling from like here to here, which nobody else can do that ward. Man, it's hard to think of them without actually like being in game. But like, yeah, from here to here is a really, really good one. Oh, you know that one. Nice. Okay, we're just firing our Jinx ult for fun, I guess. Oh, there's someone weak over there. Oh, another nice trick I like to do is put a sapling out in the open and then put a sapling in the bush right next to it. So that they think that, like, oh, the sapling out in the open, we'll avoid that. We'll walk into the bush, but then they get hit with a sapling anyways. It's like kind of sapling mind games, you know? Okay, so if I know we didn't have flash, but if we had flash, that would have been a good flash W on Caitlyn. But again, we should just be setting up the dragon that's spawning soon. Just 100% terrorizing this area. Oh, whoa! What are you doing? Why are you walking this way? You want to be connecting with your team over here. Your entire team walked through this passage. Why are you walking through here? Your pathing there is quite bad. See, look. Definitely want to be playing a little closer to your team here. Luckily, did result in a catch, so maybe that's what you're looking to do, but it kind of just looked like it was bad pathing, and you'll get punished really hard for that. Yeah, there you go. Just flash W over. There you go. Get in that play. Get in that play. Oh, you threw your sapling behind you. If you threw your sapling ahead of them, it hits them, it slows them, and you get a much easier kill. So luckily, Jinx landed her zap, but you're throwing the sapling behind you. You want to be thinking about like where the play is going, what direction it's going. right? You're pathing forward there for sure. Okay, good reset. Oh, we do go Imperial Mandate, but we don't rush it. Oh, man, that's even worse. Okay, yeah, definitely rush this item, bro. Definitely rush Imperial Mandate. I'm not tripping, right? Like, you definitely rushed Deadman's. Yeah, you did. Yeah, Imperial Mandate. Okay, so getting your... One of the biggest bonuses of that item is that, one, you get your Mythic bonus so early in the game. Two, it's incredibly economically efficient, which means that, like, you get it super fast. It's kind of like like, for instance, Umbral Glaive just got buffed right now, and all they did was reduce the gold amount that it costs by 100 gold. But that means as a support, you get it 100 gold sooner, and like, the difference between having your Umbral Glaive components and having your Umbral Glaive completed is massive, right? So the sooner you can get it, the sooner you can start making a difference with it. Same thing with Imperial Mandate. Like, it's such a cheap item, but, like, part of the strength of being a cheap item is that you can get it sooner. The later you get it in the game, the less of an effect it's going to actually have. Okay, once again, just make sure you're dropping your wards. No reason to not have a control ward on the pit. For sure, sell this health potion. Are you buying a health potion, or do you just still have that? You just still have a health potion. Okay, so... definitely use your health potions at some point during the game, but if you find yourself just, like, not having used them, just sell them. Get them out of your inventory. Get a control word instead. All right, we get hit by a random arrow. Now would be a great time to just drop the ultimate, since, like, drop the ultimate right here. Oh, man. Big ulti angle right here. Because what that does is it cuts off their actual damage, and then you can just 3v2 their front line. Really good. Okay, go back to your Ivern, though. Go back to your Ivern. I don't think you should be diving into this, because this is a 2v3. So what you should have done is, like, thrown the ultimate and either, like, run this way or run up to try to connect with your Ivern. Because now we're fighting, like a numbers down fight. Okay, our Jinx is down. Oh my god, that's tragic, actually. Yeah, if we had played that fight just mechanically a little different, it would have been pretty big, actually. Okay, so we're back on the map. We did sell our potion. Very nice. Maybe we used it. I don't know. Okay, we got dragon spawning. We're still not sapling or setting up for it properly. Yeah, you gotta stop holding on to your saplings, bro. It's gonna change your life when you start spamming saplings. It is going to change your life because you're gonna realize how broken this champion is. Like, do you see how annoying that is to get hit by an Ash W on, like, a 2-second cooldown and a procs Imperial Mandate? That's going to be you, except it's going to do, like, 10 times more damage. Okay, cleared out vision. Good job. I mean, at this point of the game, it's probably just going to be like someone gets caught and throws, and it's just like a random death that turns into bear, and it just turns into the game. But if you're setting up properly like that, that could be them getting caught. You know what I mean? Okay, throw the ulti, throw the ulti, throw the ulti, throw the ulti. Throw the ulti at this angle, going down this angle. So what that does is makes them path forward into a fight that so far does not look very good for them. Or run. And the nice thing about, like, if they run from your ultimate, the longer that it goes without hitting someone, the longer the CC lasts. So they're kind of forced to walk into this little chokehold that you guys are actually like winning. So definitely throw the ultimate the second you see the fight turn out that way, and throw it down the chokehold, like downwards, like this. See, we're waiting, wait. Oh, and then we shoot it the wrong way. Yeah, definitely don't. Okay, so you're. Think about it. You are ulting these two melee frontliners. The damage is going to be completely negligible, right? And they're already where they want to be position-wise. They're already on top of your Scion. So CCing them actually doesn't do anything. They still just get to keep autoing them, you see? Because it's a root, not a stun. But if you root these guys, you know, these squishies that are trying to run away from Zed, that's a much bigger difference. So you... Definitely a different angled ulti here. Ideally, you should have thrown it when this fight started. But even if you do the WQ first, that's fine. Make sure you're R'ing towards the squishies that are actually trying to, like, connect with the fight. Like, you CC'd people and it was completely worthless. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you actually would have won this fight if you just R'd correctly. So just be thinking about that. Be thinking about what angle you want to throw the R. Oh, man, we lose Baron off this too. Yeah, dude, I hate to say this, but listen, this is going to sound harsh. You just single-handedly lost your team the game. That's harsh, but, like, you need to hear it because it's the truth. And honestly, you're obviously an improvement, like, minded person. Like, you know, you sought out coaching, so that's great. So hearing that should honestly be a good thing, because that means you have so much to work on and that, like, you actually could have affected the outcome of this game 100%. Just a small little difference. Shooting your R a different direction. Yeah, they just, like, win now, don't they? Yeah. Okay, so that's fine. You've got a lot of fundamental stuff to work on, and if you have any questions about it, you know where to find me. DM me on Discord, on Twitter, on stream, on OnlyFans, wherever you want to reach out to me, man. But yeah, definitely start building full AP, rush your Imperial Mandate, stop building Deadmans. If you're gonna build Deadmans, don't rush it. I honestly don't think you should go for like a hybrid build like this either. If you're going to go AP, just go full AP, which is like Imperial Mandate into Demonic Embrace and then maybe into Zonia's. But yeah, absolutely listen to how I told you to use your saplings. Maokai is one of the most broken champions at setting up for objectives, and if you know the passageway that the enemy is going to take, they have to just walk through your saplings and get shredded. So definitely stop holding on to them like they're collecting interest. Spam your saplings, throw them behind the minion waves, throw them at those angles that I told you to, and your win rate is going to shoot up, man. I promise you that. So, like I said, reach out if you have any questions. If you guys watch this on YouTube, let me know what you guys think about the build, the strat, and the coaching down in the comments. Take it easy, my friends. Peace.